Okay, I got it. Okay, so as I have mentioned, this course is intended for anyone who needs to learn and communicate in Japanese still in any situation, whether at work, school, college, or in their local community, that reflects the Japanese social conditions and everyday life as faithfully as possible. And this course covers lessons 8 to 25 of Minano Nihongo Textbook 1. However, I think we will not be able to cover as much lessons as we want to, considering the number of the number of meetings that we only have. But we will start from lesson 8 of the Minano Nihongo Textbook 1, maybe until lesson 15. So there will be 2 modules which will be given to you every meeting. So tatapos na natin yung unang dalawang modules. We will be running through the modules later. Okay? So still, credit natin dito is 3 units, and the general objective of this lesson is, of this course, is to deepen the students' understanding of the Japanese language in the areas of listening, speaking, reading, and writing in various social conditions and everyday life. So at the end of the course, they are expected to be able to master basic Japanese conversation. Okay, so yung ating mga references dito still, Minano Nihongo Grammar 1. Of course, the grammar explanations are taken from there. We also have the Minano Nihongo listening. So some of the activities that we will be having are also taken from there. And also the Minano Nihongo 1 speaking, most, if not all, activities are taken from there. As you can you can see in your modules. I will not be discussing the content of the specific objectives of this course anymore, because actually the activities here or the objectives here are the same objectives that we can find in the modules. So as you can see in the modules, there's the same objectives you can find there actually. Okay, so puntahan natin yung ating puntahan natin yung grading system natin. Lalakihan ko lang siya ng konti so that you can see it. Okay, so ito yung grading system natin. So we have only 3 important points to consider in your grades, in the giving of grades. One is the cognitive domain, which covers your examination and portfolio. So this time, I will be giving an exam. No? Sa last time, di ako napagbigay ng exam sa inyo. Pero this time, I will be giving an examination and also your portfolio. Your portfolio will no longer be in a form of module na doon natin sasagutan immediately. You can just improvise it by having an old notebook, no, na spring, spiral, or any notebook na pwede niyong gamitin, and then lahat ng mga sagot doon sa activities doon natin ilalagay sa notebook. So by the end of the course, pwedeng ipasa yung notebook, no, sa DepEd STO Cabancalan City, or pwede rin siyang ipasa online, no, by taking pictures of your portfolio. So pwedeng ganun yun. Or if you are using your laptop, then you can just submit to me one document, one file for all the activities that you have answered in the portfolio. Okay? Wait a moment. May mga nagsasalita po na I need to mute. Sige. Ayan. Thank you. Now, okay, so dalawang items lang actually for cognitive, no, examination, isang exam lang, and then portfolio. Okay? So, okay na ba yung isang exam o gusto niyo dalawang exam? So, isang examination siguro will do na, no? Although I wanted to give you an examination, maybe isang exam sa midterm, and then portfolio na lang for finals, na para at least yung mababawasan yung paghahanda ninyo. So examination for midterm, I think in April I will be giving you an exam, and then portfolio submission will be as a form of your final examination. And then second is the psychomotor. For psychomotor, there are 2 things that you need to remember here. One is participation. Oral participation. I'm talking about oral participation when I'm asking a question, for example, during our class, during synchronous lessons, if you are raising your hand and participating, that's part of the participation. Or if you are asking questions on the group chat, or you are responding to, questions, activities on the group chat via Messenger group chat, then you will be getting also points for participation. Performance task is the task that is given to you as part of your performance. Okay. Halimbawa, last semester, you were asked to come up with a self-introduction. So performance task po yun. Or a group activity, performance task din yun. So that's a performance task. So all in all, that's 30% of our grade or of your grades. And the last is the affective domain. It has also two components. One is the behavior that you are displaying here when you're asking questions. Polite ka ba? Respectful ka ba? No? Sa teacher mo, sa kaklase mo, even on the messenger. No? Anong uri ng mga messages ang pinupost mo sa messenger? So that's part of the behavioral aspect that we are rating here under affective domain. And your attendance. I'm talking about your attendance on synchronous lessons. Diba may ibinigay ako sa inyong link no, sa attendance dito sa chat box. I hope you have already filled it out, especially that this attendance is part of our MOV. At the same time, part ito ng grading system. No? Pag present ka, of course, you'll get extra points. So far, 6 pa lang yung nakasagot sa attendance natin. Sino-sino sila? May I check kung sino yung mga nasa attendance natin. Okay, we have Mel John, Cheryl Me, Mary Ann, Jessa. Okay, nakadalawang beses si Jessa. Okay, so ito yung mga ano natin ha, mga nakasulat na sa attendance sheet. So please, those of you who have not signed in the attendance sheet yet, please do so. Kasi part yan ng ating, this time I include this as part of your affective, the affective component of our grading system. But at least I can give extra points also to those who make or who take really extra effort just to be able to join this class. Okay, so do we have questions on grading system? May mga tanong ba tayo sa grading system before I move on to our discussion of the first 2 lessons? Meron ba tayong mga tanong doon sa ating grading system? Okay, wala. Are you okay with it? Isang exam for the midterm, and then your portfolio natin will be the final, will serve as your final examination. Wala na pa ba tayong reaction doon? And then we will be meeting not necessarily every Saturday, but at least twice in a month, no? Kasi I have to cover as many lessons as possible. So right now, 2 lessons na muna i-cover natin. But next meeting, hopefully we can cover as many lessons as possible if we cannot meet next Saturday. So let me share with you, kung wala na pong tanong, if you want to ask questions, you can always use the raise hand button on the Zoom app so that you will be recognized. Okay? So punta tayo sa ating first module na ibinahagi ko sa inyo last time. Okay, let me share the content of the module. Okay, so I have to apologize why I'm using now Zoom app, even if Zoom is consuming a lot of data, because right now I have problems with Google Meet. I cannot share my presentation using the platform. So I think they have disabled some of the features on Google Meet. So I think it would be better if we use Zoom, because Zoom still has all the features, the sharing, the recording, and even the muting of those microphones which are open. Okay, so this is lesson 1. Okay, yung lesson 1 po natin, nag-umpisa pala siya sa lesson 9, no? Nakalimutan kanina, I told you it's lesson 8, pero lesson 9 pala tayo mag-uumpisa. Meron siyang 2 objectives. One is use common vocabulary words in lesson 9, construct sentences in Japanese using the grammatical structures and words learned in the module. So meron tayong activities dito. No? Sabi ito sa activity, minasan konnichiwa, kyo wa o genki desu ka? Kino nani o shimashita ka? So it says here, hello everyone. Today, how are you today? So kyo wa today. And then kino means yesterday. So what did you do yesterday? So kino nani o shimashita ka? Okay. So we have here some questions like, do you remember our previous lesson? So let's see if you can remember them. So please answer the following questions. Kaban kalan wa dong na machi desu ka? So you are going to answer this, okay? In Japanese, simple answer in Japanese. For example, sa question na, kaban kalan wa dong na machi desu ka? So this question is asking you what kind of city or town is Kabankalan. So pwedeng sabihin mo na Kabankalan wa kirei machi desu. So that's a sample. Kabankalan is a beautiful city, for example. Or Kabankalan wa shizuka na machi desu. So it's a peaceful city. So isasagot natin dito Roma G pa din. Gusto ko lang sabihin sa lahat na we will be using Roma G all throughout. So, gaya na sinabi ko last time, no? Pag sinabi nating, just to remind you, pag sinabi nating Roma G, it means Roman alphabet. Sorry. Roman alphabet, no? So, itong Roman alphabet, ito yon yung ginagawa natin, yung pagbabasa natin, Roman yan. So, Roma G yung gagamitin natin dito. So kaban kalanwa sa muy desu ka? So bahala na kayo kung paano yung sagutin yan, basta it should be in Japanese. And your answer should end with des. No, des. Kasi des ka yung tanong natin, no, di ba? So des ka. So under presentation, ito yung laman ng lahat ng ating lahat ng giving of inputs na makikita natin yung sa presentation na part. So gusto ko basahin ninyo ito isa-isa. Although ngayong araw, wag na natin gawin ito ngayon. Pero I want you to review this so that you will be able to gain as much vocabulary as possible. Kailangan natin yung words na to. Kailangan natin yung vocabulary words na to so that you will be able to easily construct or formulate sentences. Mahihirapan tayong gumawa ng sarili nating pangungusap unless we have enough vocabulary words. Di po ba? So pag sinabing wakarimas, wakarimas. So yung su po sa dulo, hindi na po natin yan pinopronounce or sinistress. Mas po ang pagbabasa nito. Pwedeng mas, na parang pabalik yung su, maliit na su, mas. Pwedeng sabihin natin wakarimas, wakarimas. Pwedeng ganun siya. No? Pero wag nating i-emphasize yung su sa dulo. So wakarimas means understand. Arimas means have. Ski, ski. No? Instead of saying suki, it's ski, ski. So like kirai, kirai, jozu, jozu, and then we have heta, ryori, nomimono, supatsu, supotsu, yakyu, dance, ongaku, uta, kurashiku, kumakai okane, chiketto, jikan, jikan, yoji, yakusoku. So yakusoku. Okay? So ito yung mga vocabulary words na dapat natin tandaan. Okay? May I ask a volunteer? Sige, subukan nga natin just to check if if you can still more or less read Japanese words. Tingnan nga natin kung kaya pa nating basahin yung mga Japanese words dito. So may I request volunteer? Siguro hanggang wakarimas, hanggang jozu. Sige. May I request volunteer? Sige, Fredson, go ahead. Fredson, Fredson kun. Yonde kodasai.
Are kodasai.
This one, wakarimas. Let's start with wakarimas.
Wakarimas. Are mo Arimasu.
Arimas.
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 Arimasu.
Walang
Suki.
su. Okay, excuse me. Wala po tayong su sa
Ay,
dulo, no? It's more of parang ano lang
Ay.
siya. Parang arimas, arimas. Parang ganun lang siya. Mas,
Arimas.
parang ganun sa dulo. Sige, Fredson, go ahead. From the start, okay, basahin ko muli. Now, I'll read it first, listen carefully, and then try to read it as approximately as possible, okay? Wakarimas,
Yes, sir.
arimas, ski, kirai, jozu. Okay, let's start from the top. Wakarimas kara, jozu made.
Wakarimas. Arimas. Suki. Kirai. Jozu.
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 Okay. Kapag po may may OU, kapag yung O sinusundan ng U, usually pinoprolong natin yung sound ng O, no? Kaya jozu. Jozu. Parang ganun siya.
Jozu.
Okay, jozu means good, no? Sabihin kong Fredson sang no Nihongo ga jozu desu ne. So ibig sabihin your Japanese is good. Jozu. Jozu means good, no? Okay, so let's start from the top again. Wakarimasu kara jozu made onegai shimasu. Please read from wakarimasu until jozu. Wakarimasu.
Arimas. Suki.
Arimasu.
Arimas.
Ski.
Suzi.
Ski.
Karai.
Kirai. Kirai.
Suki. Kirai. Jozu.
Okay, Jozu. Jozu. Okay, thank you. Sige lang. At least lang. Jozu. At least that's good. That's better. Actually, we use this word to say something that you like. For example, I like ramen. So sasabihin kong ramen ga ski desu. Ramen ga ski desu. Okay? So hindi po tayo gumamit ng wa as particle here because suki usually take ga. No? Kaya nga ramen, I like ramen, so I would say ramen ga ski desu. Si ski po, pwede po rin din natin gamitin na gusto kita, no? Gusto ko tong tao na to in a romantic way, no? Hindi po na gusto lang, pwedeng romantic, pwede din namang hindi, no? Anataga ski desu, no? For example, I like you. Pero normally, ski it can also be used as saying it to someone in a romantic way, no? So pwedeng sabihin nating anataga, no? Ski desu, or pangalan ng tao, no? Halimbawa, Fredson ga ski desu. So ibig sabihin nun, I like Fredson, no? So ski dito ay nagsisilbing adjective natin to describe someone's feeling towards another, no? Ski. Yung kirai, ganun din, no? Pero sa tao kasi medyo strong yung kirai, no? So although na pwede naman sabihin natin na ramen ga kirai desu, no? I don't like ramen. Anata ga kirai desu. So pag sinabi kasi nating ang mga Hapon, they're not so open or straightforward when saying something. So yung kirai, bibihirang sasabihin natin yung directly sa tao, no? Although sa food, pwedeng sabihin natin na ramen ga kirai desu, no? Pag gusto mo naman, ramen ga ski desu, no? So yung jozu, sa sinabi ko kanina, ito ibig sabihin nito ay good at. Okay? So halimbawa sa jozu, sasabihin ko watashi wa uta ga jozu desu. So ang ibig sabihin nito, I am good at music, no? Or singing. Good at singing. Watashi wa uta ga jozu desu. Okay, can you write in the chat box what you are good at? Okay, sinong gustong magsulat sa chat box? Pwede namang isulat sa chat box, pwede ding sabihin ang sagot ninyo ng diretsahan. What are you good at? Minasan ga nani Nani ga jouzu desu ka? Minasan wa nani ga jouzu desu ka? Minasan wa nani ga suki desu ka? So ibig sabihin nito, what are you good at? Sinong gustong sumagot? Pwedeng itaas ang kamay or pwede ring isulat sa chat box yung sagot. Sige nga. Minasan wa. Okay, sabi ni June. Okay. Si June naman, bakit gumamit ka pa ng ng Google Translate, no? Kahit na try mo lang subukan mong ikaw yung talaga, no? Watashi wa ryori ga suki desu. Now this is correct. Now this is actually correct. Very good. Malalaman ko kasi pag Google Translate kasi mahirap gumamit ng hype ng parang marker sa tapat sa O. Pag kasi pag walang Google Translate, sasabihin mo watashi wa ryori ga suki desu. Okay. Pero yung tanong ko kanina, okay. Sige. Minasan wa nani ga suki desu ka? Suki pala yun. Sorry. Dapat jouzu. Sige po. Subukan natin walang Google Translate na tayo yung sasagot talaga. Sige. Minasan wa nani ga jouzu desu ka? Sige. Yung wala pong Google Translate. Sige. Try natin. Sige. Pwedeng magsumulat sa chat box. Pwedeng sabihin directly. Sinong gustong sumagot? Ayan. Rona and wow. It's nice to see you both. Rona. Okay. So, sino pong gustong sumagot? Minasan wa nani ga jouzu desu ka? What are you good at? Sige. Sige. Fredson, you're still raising your hand. You may open your mic and say something. Sige nga, subukan natin. Sige, yung tanong ko, okay, yung tanong ko para kay Fredson na to. So, Fredson sangwa nani ga jouzu desu ka? Sige. What are you good at? Sige, sinong gustong sumagot? Saan kayo magaling? No? So, pwedeng sa sports. No? May salita ganyan, supotsu, uta is, of course, singing. Ryori is cooking. No? Sabi ni June kanina, sa ryori daw ski. No? Gustong-gusto niya yung cooking. So, pwede na yung isali natin sa jouzu. Pwede nang gamitin natin yon June for jouzu. Okay, sabi ni jouzu na po tayo, Cheryl. Sabi ni Sherry, watashi wa spotsu ga suki desu. This is a very good sentence. But dito na tayo sa jouzu ngayon. Now, what are you good at? So, pwedeng tukuyin yung specific na sport. Okay, watashi wa dansu ga jouzu desu. Very good, Meljon. That's a very good answer. Okay. Meljon is good at dancing. Ayan, no? That's really nice. Actually, pag gusto ninyong tanong lang, dagdag lang ng ka sa dulo, des ka, so tanong na yun. No? Pag sumagot naman, kunin na yung ka, des na lang matitira. No? Yun na yung statement na siya. Okay? So very good. No? Thank you for your participation. You can still continue answering the activity later. Sige. So, let's continue. Heta means poor at. No, yung jouzu, good at. Yung kabaligtaran noon, poor at. No, that's heta. So halimbawa, hindi ako magaling sa sports, sasabihin kong watashi wa spotsu ga heta desu. Okay? Pero pag magaling ka, watashi wa spotsu ga jouzu desu. Yun yun. And then ryori means dish, no, cooked food, no, ryori. So ryori. Pwedeng sabihin natin, Nihon no ryori ga nani ga suki desu ka? So, anong paborito mong Nihon ryori? Nihon ryori ga nani ga suki desu? O Nihon ryori wa nani ga suki desu ka? So, sample 'yon, no? So, anong gusto mong Japanese na ryori? For example. So, computer game desu. Okay, game. I think ito siguro na yung game kasi mas siya, mas Gemu. Gemu. Ayan, Gemu. So, tama yung June. So, heta ba si June sa computer game? Ayan. So, nomimono means drinks. So, pwedeng soft drinks, no? Nomimono. Pwedeng tea, nomimono. Ano pa ba? Yung mga refreshments, nomimono. Dongna, pag sinabi kong dongna means what? Kind. So, dongna nomimono wa, o no, dongna nomimono ga ski desu ka? Sample lang siya. No? So, anong gusto mong nomimono? And then sportso means sports, yakyu means baseball, danso means dance, ongaku means music, uta means song, kurashku means classical music, kurashku, okay? Means picture, kumakai okane small change, chiketo ticket, jikang time, yoji something to do, or a task, for example. And yakusoku. Okay, yakusoku means appointment. Okay, appointment or pwede ring promise no yakusoku. Okay, so ito yung mga words na dapat nating i-memorize kasi definitely lalabas ito sa inyong midterm examination, no? Tapos baka magtaka kayo na sa midterm exam, no? May time limit, no? Kasi gagamit ako ng third party app na magsiset ng time limit for our examination. No? Although I cannot really ensure 100% accuracy of the examination, but since it has a time limit, I think it can help me reduce the number of inconsistencies na in the examination. Okay? Now, puntahan natin yung discussion for our, ito na yung ating grammar lesson. Okay? So, meron tayo ditong, ito yung ating number 1 grammar pattern. It's N. N means noun. So, noun ga arimasu. So, nani-nani ga arimasu. Sabihin ko, I have a cell phone. So, ketai ga arimasu. So, pwedeng cellphone ga arimasu, no? If you don't know the exact word for cell phone. Or pasokong ga arimasu, no? Nani en ga wakarimasu. No? Meaning to say, I understand. Nihongo ga wakarimasu. No? Ego ga wakarimasu. So, yun yung ating pattern. And then sa baba, noun or name ga ski desu. Di ba sabi nyo kanina, computer game ga ski desu. Supotsu ga ski desu. So, ga yung ano niya, name plus ga. Kirai, ganun din sa kirai. Ga din yung gagamitin natin. Halimbawa, spotsu ga kirai desu. I don't like sports. Jouzu desu. Spotsu ga jouzu desu. Okay? Or spotsu ga heta desu. Ayun. So, tandaan natin, arimas, wakarimas, ga po yung ating gagamitin. Ski, kirai, jouzu, and heta, ga naman yung gagamitin natin. So we have here sent as an example. Watashi wa Italia ryori ga suki desu. So I like Italian dishes. Okay. Watashi wa meaning ako. Gusto ko ang Italian dishes. So watashi wa Italia ryori ga suki desu. So pag nagbabasa tayo dito, we read it by thought unit. So watashi wa Italia ryori ga suki desu. Ayan. Okay, may I ask someone to read it? Watashi wa Italia ryori ga suki desu. Sinong gusto magbasa? Okay, ayan, June. Go ahead.
Watashi wa Italia ryori ga suki desu.
Ayan, very good, no? Suki or ski. No? Pwede sabihin natin ski desu. Ski desu. Parang smooth lang siya. Ski. Ski. So, watashi wa Italia ryori ga suki desu. Ayan, okay. We have next example. Watashi wa Nihongo ga wakarimasu. Watashi wa kuruma ga arimasu. Okay. So, who can read the second sentence? Watashi wa nihongo ga wakarimasu. Okay, June. Sige, go ahead. Watashi wa. Okay, naka-mute po kayo. Naka-mute, June. And then number 3.
Watashi wa
Yeah, go
kuruma
ahead.
ga arimasu.
Okay.
I like cars.
Okay. Yung watashi wa kuruma ga arimasu, ibig sabihin may sasakyan ako. No, arimasu means have. So I have a car. Ayan. Yung wakarimasu naman, sige, Rona, please. Okay, Rona, please read. Okay, Rona, please read number 2.
Watashi wa nihongo ga wakarimasu.
Wakarimasu. Wala na po tayong su na sa dulo. Ayan. Watashi wa.
Watashi wa nihongo ga wakarimasu.
Ayan, wakarimasu. Okay. What does it mean? Anong ibig sabihin nito? Watashi wa nihongo ga wakarimasu. Anong ibig sabihin? Watashi wa nihongo ga wakarimasu means I can understand Japanese. Ayan. Watashi wa kuruma ga arimasu means I have a car. So wakarimasu means understand. Arimasu means have something. Have. Pero yung arimasu po, ginagamit lang siya kapag non-living things. No? Pag halimbawa may hayop ka, may pusa ka, so hindi na siya arimasu. No? Ibang word na yung gagamitin natin. In that case, we will use imas. No? Imas for buhay. No? May yung animals, for example. Tao, for example. Imas ang gagamitin natin. No? So, halimbawa, pusa is neko. Watashi wa neko ga imasu. No? I have a cat or I have a dog. Watashi wa inu ga imasu. Ayan. Meron kang friend. Watashi wa tomodachi ga imasu. No? Pero pag non-living things, arimasu yung gagamitin natin. No? So watashi wa kuruma ga arimasu or watashi wa ketai ga arimasu. No? O watashi wa pasokong ga arimasu. Ayan. Or yun, pag may job ka, may trabaho ka, so pwedeng sabihin din yung arimasu din for job, for example. No? Okay? Now, the rule here, it says here that objects of the verbs arimasu and wakarimasu are marked with ga. Na dapat ga yung gagamitin natin. At saka yung adjectives na des, kirai, suki, kirai, jozu, heta, ga din yung ginagamit natin. No? Tandaan natin kasi yung usual na binibigay sa test, anong marker ang gagamitin natin? Is it ga or wa? No? Dapat tandaan natin yon. Ano bang dapat gamitin dito? Arimas, imas. No? Ito yung mga medyo confusing na mga words. Okay? Now, pangalawang natin rule dito is or dongna. Dongna. So dongna plus name or noun. Dongna sports ga suki desu ka? So what kind of sports do you like? Pwedeng sabihin na rin, saka ga suki desu. So I like soccer. Saka ga suki desu. So again, sa Japanese, hindi sa lahat ng pagkakataon gumagamit tayo ng subject to make a sentence. Pwedeng i-drop yung subject. Still naiintindihan ka ng kausap mo kasi you're already talking to the same subject. So, dongna sports ga suki desu ka? Volleyball ga suki desu. So I like volleyball, for example. Or yakkyu ga suki desu. I like baseball. Ayan. Or ski ga suki desu. So I like ski. No? Or what else? Ano pa yung mga sports na gusto ninyo? So basketball, volleyball, na mga ganun sports, no? So dongna here also used to ask the listener to name one from a group which the noun after dongna denotes, no? So dongna sports ga suki desu ka? So saka. So you are naming here a certain sport. Dongna ryori ga suki desu ka? So pwedeng sabihin na ramen ga suki desu. Batchoy ga suki desu. Gohan ga suki desu. Gohan means rice. Sakana ga suki desu. I like fish. Yakiniku ga suki desu. No, I like meat. Gyuniku ga suki desu. I like beef. No, butaniku ga suki desu. I like ano ba yun? I like pork. Toriniku ga suki desu. I like chicken. No, ganun yun. So, ibig sabihin, pangalanan mo kung ano yon. Sports. So, anong sports? So, dong na sports. So, anong sports? Dong na jugyo. Anong subject?
Sports.
Dong na ano pa ba? Anong yung team na something? Dong na ryori. Anong dish? Dong na kuruma ga arimasu ka? Anong car meron ka? So, pwedeng wigo kuruma ga arimasu. Or pwedeng sabihin na BMW, for example, or you can name a certain car, because tinatanong dong na kuruma means anong klaseng sasakyan meron ka. So, dito naman sa number 3, we have yoku, daitai, takusang, skoshi, amari, and zensen. Okay? So, pag sinabi nating yoku means always.
Yoku.
Okay, yoku means always. Ego ga yoku wakarimasu means I can understand English very well.
Ego ga
Okay?
yoku wakarimasu.
So, pag sinabi nating, okay, ito nagkamali, dapat zen ito, okay? Ego ga skoshi wakarimasu means a little. Nakakaunawa ako ng kaunti. Okay, skoshi, kaunti. Okay? Ego means English. Ego ga amari wakarimasen. Actually, skoshi and amari, almost the same lang sila. Pero yung skoshi, gumamit ito ng affirmative. Diba? Wakarimasu. Ego ga skoshi wakarimasu. So, little siya, pero affirmative yung statement. Ego amari wakarimasen, negative naman. Amari wakarimasen. So dapat masen is negative, no, in negative statement. So ego ga amari wakarimasen. Although sukoshi wakarimasu, amari wakarimasen are almost the same in terms of level of understanding. Pero yung pagka-state ng sentence number 2, sukoshi wakarimasu is in an affirmative statement. While number 3, ego ga amari wakarimasen, in a negative statement. Okay? Now, number 4, okane means pera. No? Okane ga takusan arimasu. No? Ibig sabihin, I have plenty of money. Pag sinabi nating plenty, takusang. No? Takusang. Okane ga takusang arimasu. Ito naman sa baba, zen, ibig sabihin walang-wala. Okane ga zen arimasen. So wala akong pera. Walang-wala. Zen. So pag sinabi mong Nihongo ga zen wakarimasen, ibig sabihin hindi ako nakakaintindi ng Japanese. Hindi ako nakakaintindi ng Japanese. So kung titingnan natin, amari and zen are in a negative statement, while takusan, skoshi, and yoku are in affirmative statement. Okay? Pag sinabing affirmative, positive yung statement na pagkakalahad positive. Okay? Yoku means always, takusan means plenty, skoshi and amari are almost the same, no, very little. Zen, never. Okay? Zen, never. So can you give me anything? Let's start with, siguro, umpisahan natin sa Cebuano. Cebuano ga wakarimasu ka? Sige, sagutin natin ito sa chat box. Cebuano ga wakarimasu ka? Gamitan natin ng adverb, no? Yoku ba, skoshi, amari, takusang, zen. Sige nga, who can answer? Cebuano ga wakarimasu ka? You can type in the chat box o pwede rin magtaas ng kamay if you want to answer. Sige. Cebuano ga wakarimasu ka? You can raise your hand or you can answer. Hindi nga. Okay. Cebuano ga yoku wakarimasu. Wow, very good. Okay. So you're from Mabinay, Junsan, right? So Mabinay speaks hi. Okay. Sugoi desu ne. Watashi mo Cebuano ga yoku wakarimasu. Okay, who else has an answer? A different answer. Sige, sugoi desu ne. Junsan Jozu. Sige. Wala nang sagot. What about hiligaynon ga? Hiligaynon ga wakarimasu ka? Ayan. Sabi ni Cheryl, Cebuano ga zen wakarimasen. Okay. So that's correct. Okay. Oh, clear drawings. Okay. So ayan. Sige. So how about hiligaynon? Hiligaynon ga wakarimasu ka?
Higilainon ga yoko wakarimasu.
Okay. Sino yon?
Fridson, sir.
Okay. Sige. Hiligaynon ga yoko wakarimasu. Ayan. Very good. What about nihongo? Nihongo ga wakarimasu ka? Ayan. Pagkaalaman tayo ngayon kasi tataas ng grades niyo sa nihongo 1. Okay. Hiligaynon ga yoko wakarimasu. Hiligaynon ga amari wakarimasen. Okay. Sige. Jun. Thank you. Cheryl, thank you. What about nihongo? Nihongo ga wakarimasu ka? Nihongo ga wakarimasu ka? You can type your answers.
Nihongo ga
Sige, please raise your hand if you want to answer. Sige. Sige, Fredson, go ahead. Fredson-san.
Nihongo ga Nihongo ga sumokoshi wakarimasu.
Skoshi.
Skoshi wakarimasu.
Okay, ayan. Ego,
Skoshi.
Okay, very good. Ego, nihongo ga skoshi wakarimasu. Or pwede rin nihongo ga amari wakarimasen.
Mari.
Okay. Okay, very good. So again, as I have mentioned earlier, pag sinabi nating okay, spotlight eraser format, nasaan na yung ano dito? STEM. Okay. So pag sinabi nating okay, pag sinabi nating yoko, gaya na sinabi ko kanina, pag sinabing yoko, that is always. Skoshi means a little. Pareho sila ng amari, pero skoshi is positive, amari is negative. Okay? And then takusang is positive, also positive, plenty of, and zen, walang-wala. No? Amari, zen, arimasen. So, zen, arimasen. So, halimbawa, sabihin kong, okane ga arimasu ka? Sinong gustong sumagot? Okane ga arimasu ka? Pwedeng i-type yung sagot sa chat box. Pwede ring sabihin directly. Okane ga arimasu ka? If you want to answer, okay, okane ga arimasu ka? So dapat yung ka kasi tanong yun. So wag yung sagutin ng tanong din. Okane ga arimasu ka? Dapat yung sagot arimasu lang siya. No? Kasi I asked the question. So your answer should be in a statement form. Okane ga zen arimasu. Pag sinabing zen, dapat negative yung statement. So zen arimasen. Ayan. Pero ayoko maniwala na walang pera si Jun-sang. Okane ga arimasu. Ayan. Gusto ko 'yon, no? Pero gusto kong malaman kung gaano karami yung pera mo, no? Amari, sukoshi, takusang, or zen. Okay, maraming pera daw si Jun, marami. So, takusang, no? Ang gamitin po natin takusang arimasu. Oki kasi usually sa size yan inaano no sa oki. Oki means malaki, no? Pero sa size siya. Okay? Okani ga amari arimaseng. Amari arimaseng. No, dapat negative yung statement. Okani ga arimas, no? Kulang po siya ng ano ng adverb. Nalagyan natin ng skoshi, amari, tapos ang zen. Ayan. So halimbawa, sasabihin kong pag kumpleto yung sentence, watashi wa okane ga skoshi arimasu. Ito yung sagot ko. Watashi wa okane ga skoshi arimasu. Okay? So hindi na makapanipaniwala wala kayong pera, no? Kahit kaunti siguro meron naman. Okay? Now, rule dito is, ito yung rule natin sa degree, no? Pag high, yoku wakarimasu. Daitai, sometimes, no? Sometimes wakarimasu. Daitai wakarimasu. Halimbawa, watashi ga, watashi wa nihongo ga daitai wakarimasu. No? I can, sometimes, no? I can understand, for example. Low yung skoshi. Amari, low din. No? Zen, walang-wala. That's never. Okay? Ito yung sa large takusang, skoshi. No? Large, skoshi naman small. Amari at zen, pwede rin gamitin sa small. No? Although yung oki kanina, yung sinabi ni Jun-sang kanina, ni Jun-kun, no? Sabi ni Jun-kun, oki. So, wait a minute. So yung oki means big. No? It's not just big, very big. No? Pag maliit naman, chisai. Chisai means small. The opposite of big. Okay. So, that's it. Now, subject 1, kara, subject 2. Jikan ga arimasen kara, shimbun o yumimasen. Okay. So kara here, it's kind of reason. Reason. Ano yung rason? Ito yung nangyari. No? Jikan ga arimasen kara shimbun o yumimasen. Para siyang Para siyang cause effect. No? Kara yung ating conjunction, kumbaga, yung connector. Wala akong oras. Jikan ga arimasen kara shimbun o yumimasen. Hindi ako nakapagbasa o hindi ako nakapagbasa ng newspaper, for example. Jikan ga arimasen kara shimbun o yumimasen. For example, wala ka ng oras, no? Halimbawa, mataas yung presyo ng ng gasolina, no? Gasoline takay kara bakorod ni ikimasen. No, sample lang. No? Gasoline ga takay kara bakolod ni ikimasen. Okay. So, mahal ang gasolina kaya hindi ako pumunta ng Bacolod. So, parang gano'n. No? So, meron siyang cause at saka effect. No? Cause, effect. So, gasoline ga takay kara bakolod ni ikimasen. Okay, saglit lang po ha, may tumatawag. So, I have to attend to it. Siguro mga 1 minute. Pasensya po.
Ani kato. Ichini sang.
Ohayo gozaimasu.
Okay, hello everyone. I'm sorry for the interruption, okay? So yun po, no? Gaya ng sinabi ko kanina, we use this expression when we're talking about cause effect. Nangyari to, kaya ito yung ito yung rason bakit ito nangyari, no? So kara yung ginamit natin. So halimbawa, nihon ni ikitai kara Nihongo benkyo shimasu. Okay. So, Nihon ni ikitai kara Nihongo benkyo shimasu. So, gusto kong pumunta ng Japan. Nihon ni ikitai kara Nihongo benkyo shimasu. So, nag-aaral ako ng Japanese, no? For example. So, yun yung ano natin, no? The pattern. So, we have here another example. Maiasa shimbun o yumimasu ka? Sagot. Iye yumimasen. Jikan ga arimasen kara. So, pwedeng ganito din yung gagawin natin, no? Maiasa shimbun o yumimasu ka? Nagbabasa ka ba ng newspaper every morning? Hindi, no? Iye yumimasen. Jikan ga arimasen kara. Wala akong oras, no? Wala akong oras. So, iie yumimasen, yumimasen, jitanga, arimasen kara. So, kara here is used to show the reason. The reason, okay? So, rason yung sinasabi ng kara, no? So, pwedeng jikanga, arimasen kara. So, pwedeng magtatanong ako sa inyo, doste, for example, doste, asa gohang o sige. Asa gohang means breakfast. Asa gohang o tabi mas taka. Okay. So tanong, asa gohang o tabi mas taka, kumain ka ba ng breakfast? Halimbawa sa akin, hindi ako kumain ng breakfast. Sabihin kong iye, tabe masen deshita. Tabe masen deshita. Daito desu kara. So, iye tabe masen deshita. Daito desu kara. So, hindi ako kumain kasi nagda-diet ako. No? So, daito desu kara. Ayan, no? So, nagda-diet. Ayan. So, okay. Tanong ko. Kuruma ga arimasu ka? Sige nga. Sino gustong sumagot? Gamitin yung kara. Kuruma ga arimasu ka? Sino gustong gumamit ng kara? Sige nga, subukan natin. Kuruma ga arimasu ka? Sinong gustong sumagot? You can raise your hand or you can type your answer in the chat box. Kuruma ga arimasu ka? May sasakyan ka ba? Ayan, may car ka ba? Do you have a car? Ayan, sagot po. Kuruma ga arimasu ka? Sinong gustong sumagot? Who can answer the question? Kuruma ga arimasu ka? Do you have a car? So actually yung mga sagot ninyo nandito lang naman sa tanong din, no? Ang gagawin lang ay ibigay yung rason, no? Bakit meron, bakit wala. Sabi ni June, iye, okane ga zenzen arimasen kara. Ayan, very good. No, that's a very good answer. Pero yung iye, pwedeng dagdagan natin. Iye arimasen. Na dapat may karugtong yan. Okane ga zenzen arimasen kara. Ayan, ito yung complete na answer, Jun-san. Iye arimasen. Okane ga zenzen arimasen kara. Ayan, very good. Very good answer. Okay, ano pa ba yung tanong ko? How to say? Iye, no? Bahay. Iye ga arimasu ka? Sige. So, iye ga arimasu ka? May bahay ka ba? Or pwede nakabili ka ba ng bahay? Yan. Pwedeng gano'n, no? May bahay ka ba? Sige, please answer the question. Kani ga arimasu ka? Sino gustong sumagot? Yung kompletong sagot ha, iye or hai. Hai arimasu. So sabihin ko, halimbawa, hai naman. Hai arimasu. Okasang iye o kaimashita kara. So pwedeng sabihin kong hi arimasu. Okasang iye, okasang wa, sorry. Should have been okasang wa. Okay. Hi arimasu. Okasang wa iye o kaimashita kara. So, yes, I have. My mom bought it. Okay. Sabi ni Jun-sang, hi, haha-sang wa house arimasu. Pwedeng haha, okay. Bahay ito ng nanay ko. Haha. Haha-sang no iye arimasu kara. So pwedeng hi arimasu. Haha no iye haha wa iye ga arimasu kara. So pwedeng ganito, Jun-san. Hi arimasu. Haha wa iye ga arimasu kara. Ayan. So pwedeng may bahay kasi ang nanay ko, no? Haha means your mother, my mom. Okay, my mom. Yan. Yun. Okay? So, medyo mahirap itong bahaging ito kasi you have to have enough vocabulary words for you to be able to come up with a sentence. Kara here connects two sentences together to denote a causal relationship. So, subject 1 is the reason for subject 2. You can also state, dapat ito state, pasensya na, bakit naging you can ganito to. So you can also state subject 2 first and add the reason for it. Okay. So yun. Okay. Now doshite is another question. I mean, it's another rule. So pag si doshite, why? Now the direct translation for doshite is why. So doshite asa shimbo no yumimasen ka? Shimbun ga arimasen kara. Why are you not reading? Why aren't you reading a newspaper in the morning? So shimbun ga arimasen kara. I don't have a newspaper. Okay. So, kyo wa hayaku kaerimasu doshite desu ka? Kodomo no tanjoubi desu kara. So, kyo wa hayaku kaerimasu. Today I will go home right away or immediately. Doshite desu ka? Why? Okay. Kodomo no tanjoubi desu kara. So, it's my child's birthday. Okay? So, sasabihin ko, doshite, doshite kuruma ga arimasen. Arimasen. Arimasen ka? Arimasen. Arimasen ka? Okay. Doshite kuruma ga arimasen ka? Okay. So, doshite kuruma ga arimasen ka? So, what will be your answer? Doshite kuruma ga arimasen ka? Why don't you have a car, for example? Sagot? Pwedeng okane ga arimasen or zenzen arimasen kara. Arimasen kara. Okay? So, okane ga zenzen arimasen kara. Yan. Okay? So, the rule here says doshite is used to ask a person. The answer needs kara at the end. The question doshite desu ka? It is also used to ask the reason for what the other person has said. Okay? So, yun yung ating ano. And then you answer this activity. So, yung activity po natin, yung pag sumagot na kayo doon sa ating ano, sa inyong notebook, no, portfolio notebook. Ang gagawin lang po lamang ay what do you call this? Ay doon natin sasagutan sa mismo sa note. I mean, yung hindi na natin kukopyahin yung mga questions. Sagot na lang yung isusulat natin. Okay? So you don't have to copy the question, just write the answer immediately. Okay? So, ewan ko lang kung bakit hindi na ako nakakapag-type. Okay, so we're done with the first part, and I think we have already consumed so much time. I will no longer be keeping you for so long. Maybe last question na lang dito. Type an answer or type a sentence based on the patterns that you have learned today. Any sentence in the chat box. This will be your final activity. So isulat po sa chat box isang sentence pattern na natutuhan natin from today's grammatical structure. Sige po, sinong gustong mag-type? Anything will do. Bago ko po isasara itong recording because your answers will be recorded. No? So participation po ninyo yun if you type your answer in the chat box. So any sentence that you have learned from today's discussion. Ayan, from June Sang, watashi wa ryori ga suki desu. Ayan, thank you. Sino pa pong may sentence na iba? Okay, so while waiting for the other sentences, any question that you would like to raise or anything that you would like to say? Any learnings that you have gained from today's lesson? Sige po. Sino pa po yung may tanong? Wala na po ba? Time check, it's 11:15 already. So we have consumed so much time. I don't want to consume so much of your time. So may I request you